West Virginia. Let's talk about them a little bit. Drake, what do we have going on here?
Dude, I am blown away. So again, we'll peel back the curtain, and I've been doing a lot of that recently for people out there. I was looking at the West Virginia game this weekend when I watched against TCU. They were packed. 55,000. It would have broken a record in Waco, Texas for the amount of people to be in a college football game. And West Virginia, the second worst team in the Big 12, on their last leg this season, their quarterback entered the transfer portal a couple of weeks into the year. I was like, all right, well, then I guess I'm done. They black out the stadium night game against TCU, and I got chills when I saw pictures of this stadium. It's packed. They suck at football. There's no two ways around it, yet the fans are showing up for every single game. There are very few, TJ, fan bases in the Big 12 or in all of college football that would do this. Go to Fayetteville, Arkansas right now. Go to Lexington, Kentucky right now. Go to even Starkville, Mississippi, and show me what you see. It's a lack of fan support, a lack of people showing up. What it reminds me of, so I grew up in the state of Arkansas, and when the team sucked, football, basketball, it didn't matter. I grew up 2.5 hours away. Like when Dad came home on a Tuesday and said, I got tickets, we're going to the game on Saturday. Like that was different. In Texas, you can kind of do that at any one of the 15 Division I universities. In a state like West Virginia, whether they're good or bad, it doesn't matter about the winning as much as it does showing up to support the team in times like this. Now, winning certainly is paramount, and they want West Virginia to get there. But here's what this fan base understands that I think a lot of people don't. When they show up, the team's going to play better. The players want to stay. The coaching staff wants to be better. It sets a different standard. You get done genuinely. What's wild is people are always like, oh, West Virginia, coal mining state. They kind of use that as a crutch. It's legit. Like genuinely, that state is run off of coal. And these people are going from the coal mines in the middle of the week to the football stadium on Saturday. We can barely get the Baylor fans off their damn computers to go 2 minutes down the street to go to McLean Stadium on a Saturday. These people are working the mines, TJ, and they're jumping over. It almost makes me emotional to see that the Big 12.
Hey, thank you so much for watching. Just want to quickly give some love to our friends over at Sleeper. Make sure that you have the Sleeper app downloaded. On Wednesday, we will play the More or Less game on the Power 2 Live. Hopefully you can make some money with us. If you do up to 100% deposit using our code CFA, you will get a 100% match. But if you don't want to deposit, we have a free $20 play for you. You don't need to pay anything. Just get your free $20 play on the Sleeper app. Use our code CFA. The link in the description will auto-populate it. Make some money with us. Check their terms and conditions because terms are used to apply. Now back to the video.
Can represent the best of college football, can represent the best of being a fan in college football with the way that West Virginia shows up. And it just got me so fired up this week. And I just wish some of these Big 12 teams wouldn't take what they have for granted. Some of these Big 12 fans wouldn't take what they have for granted. Now, awesome fan bases at Texas Tech or BYU or Kansas State, or even Kansas is starting to look better right now. And UCF has the balance. I mean, there are plenty of great fan bases. But what West Virginia is doing as a school that really sucks at football right now, sadly, is monumental for how the country views the Big 12 conference. And as, again, my dad would drive us 2.5 hours, and the whole time we had Razorback flags on the windows. You'd cinch them up in the windows, and they'd blow it in the wind as you had all your red gear on and your hog hat. And that's what it is for West Virginia fans. It's at the end of a long work week, man, we may suck at football, and it may be a devastating thing to watch your team lose, but these fans continue to show up like Oklahoma State fans have, in a way that I think a lot of the Big 12 fan bases could take notes from. A lot of fan bases across the country, more specifically, could take notes from, because I'm blown away at West Virginia right now.
Can they translate that to giving financially to make their football team better?
That's the biggest piece of this is Ren Baker, the athletic director, who has done a phenomenal job in my book. I really think Ren Baker has considered, I mean, he's had other offers to leave West Virginia. There were murmurs he was going to Oklahoma, and that guy is just loyal, like through and through, a true Mountaineer, and a guy that didn't have to be, but he is so loyal to West Virginia, and a guy who considers that the grass isn't always greener on the other side. What he's building and the newfound commitment to athletics via money. He met with the board of trustees a couple of months ago, and they decided, you know what, we're going to go all in, max amount. We're going to give as much money as possible from our school to the football program and win. We are focused, paramount on winning. And that's where I think West Virginia is going to grow because the fan base is so bought in. They can give what they can give, and it's not going to be as much as even the fans at USC could, right? Where you have so many multi-billionaire alumni or multi-millionaire alumni. Over at West Virginia, it didn't work that way. When I grew up in Arkansas, it didn't really work that way, though. You had the Tysons and the J.B. Hunts of the world. West Virginia, it's a bootstraps kind of place. The university pitching itself and giving money itself is huge. The fan base is doing what it can, and man, that if I'm a player, if I'm a kid, okay, let's think about this. Bigger brand all time, UCLA over West Virginia, probably. Bigger brand all time, Penn State over West Virginia, probably. Bigger brand all time, an Arkansas over West Virginia, maybe. But I go to these places, if I'm a recruit that just lost their head coach or are trying to rebuild or are brand new and half the stadium's full versus Morgantown on a Saturday where everyone still shows up for that team. Boy, I'm telling you, if I'm a kid with good character, good culture, I'm going to find myself as a Mountaineer.
4 games left on the schedule. Obviously 15th place right now in the Big 12. So not a great spot for West Virginia, but at Houston, then you do get Colorado at home. Feels like one that they could certainly get there. Arizona State, maybe gettable right now, though it is on the road, and then Texas Tech. So a tough road to close this out. Are you just building towards 2026 at this point and hoping that you can do enough in the portal to kind of turn things around?
Yeah, I think the main focus here is on elite recruiting, and I'm not done with Rich Rodriguez. I don't think that any West Virginia fan considers Rich Rodriguez to be the problem. He's trying to mass overhaul this roster, and you have to. And look, it's a tough place to recruit. I think that, if I may, I would rather play at West Virginia than I would Boston College. And that may not be the craziest thing to hear, but it's really tough for a 18, 19-year-old kid, 17-year-old kid to go on a visit to even Boca Raton. Go to Florida Atlantic. I'm like, all right, look, the beach is in my backyard. And you go to Morgantown, West Virginia, where you say, are you ready to work hard? Like, we're just not making kids like that anymore. We're not really doing it like that in 2025. So that's what's tough for West Virginia is it's not a vacation destination. You can go to Boca Raton. You can go to LA and UCLA and recruit and flip and build transfer portal fast. You can even do that in Fort Worth or Dallas, a place that's a massive market and it's a sexy place to be. Morgantown, you show up and you got a coach like Rich Rodriguez, who in his press conference is saying, our kids aren't working hard enough. I'll go in the transfer portal and find someone to outwork you. That's what I love about college football, but that's a mentality that takes years to revamp. You can't do that overnight because you're trying to find those diamond in the rough kids who themselves are, figuratively working in the weekly coal mines to deliver for your college football team. And that's a rare thing today. That's the kind of thing Kirk Cignetti is building in Indiana. And he did it quickly. Let's see if Rich Rodriguez next season can have any amount of the same success as Cignetti, because it seems like a similar way to build a program.
Yeah, without a doubt. They do deserve it. You talk about some of the most loyal fans. I remember when West Virginia fans would come down here to the USF games in Tampa, and they've always been like that. And so it is impressive to see. You just really would like to see the results on the field be a little bit better. Just quickly before we go on from there, is there better hope for hoops this year?
Yes, there is.
I try to leave these good people with some kind of positivity.
Yes, I think that they could be a top 10 team in the Big 12 in basketball and shock a lot of folks. And I'm very excited about their new hire. I think that Darian DeVries being out the door is probably the best case scenario for everybody involved. Snake in the grass, baby. So I think Hodge is going to do a great job over there, and West Virginia's going to be just fine.